than you could ask for. I mean, nothing worked hardly, because I was there. I mean, I'm talking from the air conditioning unit to doors to floors to, there was so many things that went wrong because they were trying to get it open for that school year. But, you know, I know nothing about these companies, and I'm not claiming to be an engineer or architect or anything like that, but, you know, for this much money and what we need, just like to make sure that it's built the way it's supposed to be built.
At the end of the day, in analysis of the comparative adjusted days, you're talking about a difference of 3 months. I don't think that anybody could say that the difference of 3 months would be germane to a poorer or greater quality of product.
I hope so.
I don't think so. But, and this is just kind of off the beaten track, Mike Webb doesn't do any more work for Campbell County, and the reason he doesn't do any more work for Campbell County is because of Jellicoe High School, and if he'd had 400,000 years to build a good building there, he couldn't have done it.
Mr. Marlow.
Yes.
Just a minute, we've got one ahead. Mr. Riddle.
This is a question. Our job is to put our local people to work, right? Looks like Marion on here has put more local people to work than this other company. And their job is to take care of the local people, make sure they got work to do. That's what it looks like on there to me.
If in fact Merrick were not the low bidder with alternate one, I would be recommending to you Mercer, and notwithstanding the local contractor, because that's not something that should be part of the bid evaluation. I'm very appreciative that the local bidders are able to work for Merrick. I think that's a great thing for our economy and for our local people. But if the scales were reversed and Messer was actually the low bidder by 36.4, then my recommendation to you would be for Messer, because we would have a legal problem at that juncture. Presently, we have no legal problem.
Okay, I have a question if I may. Have either of these companies ever constructed a jail?
Yeah, no, in the jail, I don't know. Merrick built Carroll Elementary School for us and did a fantastic job. The site that they had to work with down there was a terrible site to begin with. They were on time. They never beat us up on the change orders. As a matter of fact, that job finished less than anticipated in budget. Conversely speaking, La Follette Elementary School was a nightmare with the rock that we ran into. It was a $250,000 overrun. I have no doubt that either of these two companies can build this.
And in reading all the memos and everything that came across, if it costs the 1.7 to build it now, the addition part, the estimate is it would be at least double if they had to come back.
Yeah, and Merrick is actually 1.675 million. They're leaving a little less than Messer by about $95,000. So I think that unquestionably to come back at a later time would cost you at least $3 million.
And we refer to the contract that if they don't get it done timely, have we reviewed that? Has Joe Coker looked at it? Or is that something we will have?
You want a copy of the contract? Well, sure, you can have a copy of the contract.
I mean, prior to us?
No, you'll award, and then there'll be a final contract, but it'll be a standardized document. The attorney will review it before it gets signed. It'll have in all the parameters. We always make the contractors' contracts include a few specific things. Number one thing is, pertains to be 5%. Second thing is, we will pay no interest for any late payments that are, we will pay late charges no matter what, but we specifically won't pay them because of the timing delays associated with, you got your thing turned in, architect was here getting it done on this day, we're supposed to pay it by the 15th of the next following month, blah, 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 blah. They will agree to no interest charge, we won't pay any interest on those kind of things. The built-in contingencies and allowances will be listed in the contract. The built-in contingency here is 2%. There's some additional allowances in the contract as well. They're spelled out. And this is one that's always most important to me. We've been here before, we've lost, so we're never here again. The dispute of any item is in a court of competent jurisdiction only. No mediation, no arbitration, which means we go to court, and we go to court in Campbell County.
Now, what about the draws on it as the project is being completed?
It'd be the drop schedule at the end of every month. They'll have a percentage of completion. The architect will review,
I guess what I'm trying to say is we don't want to be like it was with the White Bridge. We were upside down.
You won't be upside down because you have an engineer this time.
Okay, Rusty,
I do.
go ahead.
When all this is said and done, everything's built, how many inmates is this jail gonna house?
The new part,
The new part?
approximately 200 people. And the old part was 96. So you'll be right at 335 inmates to 300 people.
And that can increase. Those KCI is.
All of that, yeah.
Jeff, one thing that,
Go ahead.
one thing on that contract, and you may remember this at one of the jail committee meetings. When we take occupancy of this building, I would like, if it could be put in there, it may be something we need to look at a later date. This last facility we moved in once the Fire Marshal gave us our certificate of occupancy, our warranty date started. I would like to see that change on that contract. Once we take occupancy of the building, our warranty date starts. If you remember, the first facility took place in October, we got the certificate of occupancy. That's when our warranty started.
You're not gonna get the ability, you could maybe get them to agree to 2 to 3 weeks, but what happened last time, Rusty, is the county refused to move in. It wasn't that the building wasn't ready to be moved in. They refused to move in. And once a building gets a CO, then the owner has to take a position that if he says the building is not to his satisfaction, he has to put that in written form and say, I ain't moving in because I don't agree with this. Now, at that point, your warranty period is not running, but you must take that step. So you can get to where you're going by taking a position that you're not going to move in because of some reason, but you can't just not take a position and not move in and it not start running.
And actually, they was actually working on the facility in January. We got the occupancy certificate from the fire marshal in October. But that's something that's not to squabble about tonight. We need to get through this budget.
Now, one more thing I want to be sure of that I mentioned to you, if I may, Mr. Chair, because I failed as we're going through this. We, under this option, doing the extra $2 million. The only thing that the commission has to agree to in the form of additional funding dynamic is, and I wrote this out to you as well in the letter, $25,000 more in hotel motel tax is to be allocated directly to the debt service fund. That's the only difference in the funding arrangement between today and tomorrow.
Okay.
Couple of questions, Jeff. Has this even been run by Jacksboro Planning Commission?
Elements of it have been ran by Jacksboro Planning Commission. We had conversations with them about the parking lot on two different occasions. We've had them approve the preliminary retrofit back approximately 5 years ago. These final plans have not, but it will be just a cursory thing for them to do so. It doesn't actually change any of the stuff that they previously approved.
I would suggest checking them. I've had 4 of them today tell me they weren't going to vote for it.
Well, if you
I don't know
take,
how many of them they are.
I don't, it's same number city council. If in fact they choose not to vote for it, it means nothing as it relates to the project.
That's what I was asking. Does it have to go through me?
The city cannot be held,
We went through this on
yes.
the central office.
Yeah, a city doesn't have any enforcement control over a county on county property. And we have that in written form.
Or something else?
Madam Chair,
Yes,
call for the question.
call the question, roll call.
David Atkins,
Yes.
Marie Ayers,
Yes.
Charles Baird,
Yes.
J.O. Davis,
Yes.
Alvin Evans,
Yes.
Beverly Hall,
No,
Tom Hatmaker,
No.
Sue Nance,
no,
Rusty Orrick,
Yes.
Steve Rutherford,
Yes.
Terry Singley,
Yes.
Bob Walden,
No.
Bobby White.
Yes.
Nine yes, 4 no, 2 absent.
Motion carries.